I don't think anyone who hasn't ever fought can really understand what it's like to go completely against all logic and get into a cage with somebody who wants to hurt you. And the reason that I keep doing it is because it's so raw. It's me versus you, and the better person will win. And people get a little bit mixed up with this whole kind of violence side of it. And it is a violent sport, but it's not an angry sport. I'm not in there hurting somebody because I don't like them or I want to see them in hospital.
This way, overhand right, push his hands up, bottom, drive, and look, my head's this side, okay? I'm not going to get guillotined, okay?
MMA is mixed martial arts, so it's a combination of striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, any martial arts combat system brought together to create one fighting style. I first started training in MMA probably about 2 years ago. I had a reasonable career in kickboxing, and I was at the stage I had 2 world titles, and I wanted to up my game a little bit and up my training and see where I could go with it.
You're doing all the work, but I couldn't remember when I saw you do MMA rounds. I was thinking, you haven't done any of this week. The fight's going to come in like a week's time.
I'm fighting a girl called Cherie Buck. I don't really know much about her. I've seen one video of her fighting, and that was a while ago. She's a jiu-jitsu girl, from what I can gather. I think she's quite tough. I think she's strong, and she's hard. She's willing to kind of do what needs to be done. And for me, this fight is going to be a great test, really, because the first time I did an MMA fight in May 2010, I didn't really have that much experience. It was my first fight. I trained for it, but not that I didn't know how to train, but I hadn't had the experience of being in a cage and doing the MMA fight and knowing exactly where my weaknesses are. And so since then I've been able to work on the things that I thought that I was lacking. So I guess this is the test to see whether or not I've been doing the right things.
Right. Wrist. Last sit. Thanks, David.
My childhood was good. It was fairly normal, I guess. It was me, my mum, my dad, my sister. We always did a lot, and we did a lot as a family, and I was always encouraged to kind of learn things and do things and kind of figure it out for myself. When I was 9, my father died, so that was hard, and it kind of shot me straight to adulthood and missed my teenage years. But while I wouldn't wish it on anybody, it's probably shaped who I am today. So. My inspiration comes from, I guess, from my mum more than anybody, which is ironic because she hates what I do. But, and this is what I say to her when we're having an argument or something about it, or she's trying to convince me yet again to stop fighting. I say, well, you made me this person that wants to achieve and be the best and everything else, and you told me never to let anyone else tell me who I am, and she obviously doesn't like that. Fighting is just as much about what's going on in your head as it is what's going on in your body. So I think it's her resilience and strength that has been kind of fed into me. Motivation to get into the gym is generally that I don't want to get kneed in the face. So if I have a fight coming up and I know I need to train for it, then I have to put in the work. I have my days where it's still a struggle to get in there, and that's when Wes comes into play, and he kind of brings it all home for me. Wes is my coach and a very good friend. He took my very first ever kickboxing class. I came in for a trial class just to see if I liked it, and he taught it. So from day one till now, he's been by my side.
Anyone you ask, the person that Helena lets most people see isn't actually who she really is. Once you get to know her and you get through it, she's actually a bit of an idiot. Like she's like a giant child. She runs around like a 5-year-old and stuff. It's hilarious. But she's at the same time, she's very hard, very stony, very, very strong-minded.
I've known him for about 5 years, and during that time we had a relationship for 2 years. And we definitely, the fact that we were both in the same sport, and because we were in a relationship, that meant that, you know, we weren't neglecting our boyfriend or girlfriend because we were training or because we wanted to go to a competition. So you didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. If anything, we ended up spending more time than you could ever want to spend with somebody.
If I'm honest, I'm essentially two people. I mean, we're all different characters, aren't we? I mean, as far as work training with someone that I used to be in a relationship with, it's not an issue because, I mean, it was 2.5 years ago. I mean, blimey, should have moved on by now, you know what I mean? But it's not really an issue because even when I was with her, I was coach and boyfriend. They were two separate people.
Both competing on Knuckle Up.
You know, because he's trained me right from the beginning, he knows exactly what I need. He knows exactly what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are, at what point I'm going to break. And I suppose part of that is definitely the fact that we're in a relationship and he knows me very well as a person, but his abilities as a coach are second to none.
She's one of the best fighters I've ever trained. She's amazing. She's really good. She really picks things up quick. She pushes herself harder than I've known anyone. If Helena decides to be the best MMA female in the world, she will do whatever it takes to get there.
Leading up to a fight, everything is very surreal, and for me, the adrenaline and the nerves and everything else, all the emotions that come into it, up until the point where I start warming up. Once I'm warming up and I'm in kind of, you start to get into your fight mode, and I think it's, I think everything else just goes away, and it's a lot easier to forget the fact that you're scared stupid.
So 1 in progress, 1 more, and then you. Good. 6. Good. 4. Change level. Ooh.
And then, you know, you start warming up, you get a sweat on, you kind of, you know, you hit some pads, you remind yourself that you are good at what you do. I think before that, it's
good. Got a good sweat on.
you can't help but judge yourself a little bit.
And let it breathe, right? Fluster her a bit. She's going to come in looking to bang, knock your head off with every punch. So she's going to punch herself out quick. If she don't hit hard enough to knock you out, it is that simple. You don't even need to block. I want you to block, obviously, but you got nothing to worry about here. This is you. You're going to go and do to her whatever you want.
Go in, and then they put the Vaseline on you, and you kind of you step into the cage, and you know you're gonna get in, but there's little bits in your brain saying no, this is a bad idea. But then I think you get in, then they shut the door, and you go, right, okay, now I'm ready, we're here, let's just do it and see what happens.
Ready! Hip-hop! Hip-hop! Inside! Keep working, Helena. Please! 40 seconds. Your kick, Helena, it's there. Leg, throw it.
Hands go faster, Sri. Let him go.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And again.
30 seconds, Sri. Get a takedown. Get a takedown. Nine, that's it.
Roll it out. Crouch on her head. There you go. Good. She wants nothing. She's already sucked out. Keep that. Second. That was good. She's coming around with everything. That was good. She's breathing. She's tired. I want you to keep that backhand up. She's looking to knock you out with that.
Put them together again. Put them together, the shots.
Now go high.
Shoot for the takedown. Mix it up, man. There you go. Body.
Action.
Stuff that knee, left side.
That's all right. She's doing nothing. Come on. Watch the back of the head. Stop that. Ready. Fight. Helena, break away and punch. You have to start throwing that kick. She's in range, but she's not throwing it. No, when she moves backwards. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Again, now hit her. Yeah. That's it. Leg. Good cage control, like it. Good. Working it. That's it. Keep it. Hand leg.
Good. Throw your hands back. Complete it. Get a single.
Put your head down. Put your head. Now. Lift up. Don't go crazy. Hoppa.
After 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the blue corner, Helena Martin!
Ladies, I'm actually going to speak to both of you. So, Cherie first, if I could have a couple of words from you. I think it's fair to say that you're the more experienced fighter. You know a bit more about you with women's MMA. Obviously, first fight for.
Stood up or up?
It was brilliant.
But you did the right thing.
It was brilliant.
Hey.
Mwah.
Hey, you know what? In the
You
game,
just pounded on one of the
yeah.
one of the toughest girls in the country.
Yeah.
And he kicked you in the head. No, she blocked it, but look good. Yeah! Victory tears.
Hey, good fundamentals. You worked your match, not hers. You could have easily worked her match because there's a couple times she had some really good shots on you, and I thought, oh, and you were beautiful. It was great. Nice.
A unanimous win. You won every minute of that fight.
Did you actually see the judges, by the way?
I saw the ones over to your right.
Did you see
like
that? They
after the
stood
fight,
up.
They were like,
They stood up and clapped. That was what it was. Yeah.
Because you were definitely the underdog coming into this, because Shrie's got 6 fights under her belt. I know, since she was 3.
Alright, I know I'm not going to win any beauty contests, but you put so much into it. You know, and I've got a day job as well, and I've got a gym and a dog and the small social life, and you put so much effort into it, so much time into it, and sometimes you question whether or not it's worth it. And you know, when a win like that and everything comes together, so you know, you can see where your striking training is giving you this and your wrestling training is giving you this, and the fact that you did all that extra conditioning that you didn't want to do is giving you this, and it's cheesy, but it's magical when it comes together, and it just makes it all so worthwhile. Do you know, I said this to Wes before the fight, that every single time I'm putting on my rash guard and I'm putting on my shorts and I'm going, this is the last time I'm going to fight. I'm not going to fight anymore because I can't handle it. I can't handle the adrenaline. I don't want to feel this way. And then afterwards you just kind of go, why would I ever do anything else? So, don't know. We'll see what's next.